Hi, welcome to Juice Bar. Extra content episode at TL Pearce. Today we are gonna mix a Cacao Martinez.
This is my little distillery. There you go. Sorry the dog is noisy right now. And this is my still. So what happens is I bring in a neutral spirit. And it's at around 95.3% alcohol. And then I'll fill up different tanks. And this is a spirit tank, so I'll put in about 1,000 liters of 95, and then I'll put about 1,000 liters of water. So now it's around 47.5, right in there. And then I put it into the still, and then I put all my botanicals in, and that's some of them here. I'm getting ready to distill tomorrow, so you can see all my, all this will be going in and even more.
Bah. And how you pump? You have pumps that...
Yes. Here's a couple of my pumps here. And you can see I got big hoses for it.
And so you just pull from there to here.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have to clean it? Do you have to clean it? Do you have to jump in?
Oh yeah. No. There's what's called the CIP, Clean in Place unit. So inside of there and inside of all my tanks is a sprayer.
Ah, okay.
So I put in hot caustic and it sprays through there and it cleans it all, and then I clean it out. So if I'm doing the same recipe of gin, I don't have to clean it every time.
Yeah.
But if I change the recipe, then I'll clean it.
Okay.
So I clean it, depending on what I'm doing. So like right now, I'm distilling a lot for my Europe client, and so I'll clean it about every 5th time because it's the same recipe each time. So I don't have to worry about that. But then if I do vodka or anything like that, then I have to clean it very, very deeply.
And then you have the plates there?
So what happens is for gin, I don't use this. I put everything in here and I let it macerate for about a day. And then I'll come in the morning, turn on the heat, and it starts. So once it hits around 70 degrees Celsius, then the vapor starts going. You
start getting something.
And it starts going across, and then it'll come over here to the condenser. And the condenser is cold water is moving through here. So what happens is when the steam hits it, it goes back into, and it becomes a liquid again. And now it's a concentrated gin.
Yeah.
So I start out at 95, I cut it, it goes in at around 47.5, and then it'll come out at around 80% alcohol. And it's a very high proof gin at that point. So I will take out the different parts, the heads, the hearts, and the tails. So I take out some of the heads, and then I'll start filling up my receivers. And then when I'm done, then I'll cut out and get rid of the tails. Yeah. So there's a certain points that I like for cutting, for flavor. So that my spirits will be in here, and then this is for faints receiver.
And then do you filter it?
When I bottle and
when
if
you
I do
bottle
different things, then I will filter. Right out of here, I don't filter.
First you proof it down?
Yes. So. And then this part we use when we do vodka. Or we're going to be doing rum later next year, probably.
Nice.
So what happens here, though, is this is what they call plates, a rectifier with a deflaminator. You don't need this for gin because it will strip out all the oils and all of that you want. So, but when you want vodka, you want no flavors. You want it very neutral. Or if you're doing rum, because you'll ferment molasses, you'll put it in here, it'll be around 11% alcohol.
You want alcohol.
If you just use the pot still, then you'd have to distill it twice to get it up to the ABV. But with this, then you can distill it usually once in order to get around the level of alcohol you want. So what happens then is the vapor goes up, and it will come down this arm, and then it goes up each plate. And then it will go over to the condenser. So each plate, it will fall, more water will fall out and things that you don't want, and that just goes back into the still because you don't need that.
Who made you the stills?
We designed it and then we had it made for us in China.
In China? Beautiful.
So yeah, it's quite nice. I'm very happy with it. So we had a lot of customizations and a lot of different things that most distillers don't have on their stills. So, and I'm not going to tell you what those are.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
So this is gonna be a really standard Martinez recipe, but we're gonna use this extremely nice cacao edition from TL Pearce, and I think it's gonna play along perfectly with this drink. Let's get down to mixing. Again, I'm gonna prepare a couple of drinks, then we are gonna serve them in 3 small glasses, but I think that's the best way to do it. And we start with 2 drops of orange bitters, and I have this really interesting smoked orange bitters which I just tried and they taste really amazing in my opinion. And then we're gonna have some dry curaçao, and we're gonna have 15 milliliter of this, as we are gonna make 2 portions, so 7.5 milliliters per portion. I'm using Pierre Ferrand, which Michael had here in his bar, and of course I'm using it. It's my favorite curaçao. And then we go with sweet vermouth, and Michael has this Noilly Prat, which I never used, but hey, let's give it a shot. We are gonna need 30 milliliter per portion, so I'm gonna go with 60 milliliters of this. And then we conclude with our main ingredient, which is gonna be again the TL Pearce Cacao edition, and we're gonna use 50 milliliters twice because we are making 2. Let's see, we don't have enough. Michael!
Not a problem. Here's another bottle right here. Ready to go.
Thank you very much. Let's get some ice for our mixing glass.
Do you prefer mixing or putting all your liquids in before your ice, or doing it together, or do you have a preferred method?
When I'm using a mixing glass, I usually do like this. Like I first mix the things, then I add the ice, just so that you don't start diluting beforehand.
Okay.
But it's pretty much the same, I must say. Probably the difference is really minimal. It's not gonna be that.
And do you have a method? Do you have a preferred method, like the sugar first, or the spirit first, or anything like that? Do you think at all about that, or you just put it in whatever is it close at hand?
The order is really not that important. What I do usually is I start from the least alcoholic and or the least expensive ingredient.
That makes sense.
So that if you screw up along the way, you're not wasting your most precious stuff.
Yeah. You're getting rid of the cheap stuff. Yeah. That makes sense. That's a good idea.
That's just something I picked up and I keep doing. So you start with the sugar, the juice, the cream, whatever. Then you go on with the vermouth and the low alcoholic stuff, and then you finish with your base spirit. But really, if you do the other way around, it's gonna taste the same. It's just a matter of you get used to work in a certain way, and you just do it the same.
And you'll have to start making some nice warm winter drinks for us to try. Even though today's a beautiful day outside, so.
The thing is, I would, but last time I made a warm cocktail, it was my worst performing video ever.
Oh, well, okay. Don't do that.
So I didn't go back.
Pardon me. No, it makes sense.
I don't know why. I was like, it's winter. Let's make something warm, like Irish coffee and stuff. I made Irish coffee, which was actually great.
Okay.
Nobody saw the video.
Okay.
So I'm like, so let's distribute these 2 drinks in 3 smaller glasses.
I love having people that know how to make cocktails over because then I get to drink really nice cocktails. When I make it, it's just simple, easy, you know, basic. Here's some ice, here's some gin. Okay.
Can I use the orange?
Of course. Help yourself. We have a knife here. Where to go? Here's the knife. A thin little strip. It's quite nice. Yeah. So if you want to do like a little twist, that's right.
No, yeah,
Don't worry, we'll get it later.
In Japanese we say soka.
There you go.
Thank you. Wow.
You want another one or
Yeah,
shorter?
Let's do 3.
Okay.
1 for each glass. Well, let's just. I'm super bad at presentation. I'm the worst.
Yeah, well, trust me, you're better than me.
Just drop it like that.
There you go. And my orange looks like it's got stripes now.
You know, but the thing is, really, it's the Italian thing, you know. Italian is all about here a big bowl of spaghetti. It's gonna taste amazing.
Now I'm hungry.
But it just looks like a bowl of spaghetti. It's French people and Japanese people, they are good in presentation. I'm not. I'm just like, here, take it, it's good.
Works for me.
Yeah. And there you go. Your Martinez, kind of standard. I changed a few proportions a bit to match the cacao gin by TL Pearce, but that's about it. I think it should be pretty good.
Let's
Please
try it.
have a try.
We'll save one for the camera woman.
Yeah, join us.
Okay.
Ooh, you gotta try this. Oh, that's
Have
really
to.
good.
Okay. Cheers.
Oh, sorry,
Cheers.
couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. Be classic. Mm. Oh, that's so good. Isn't that nice?
But you
What's this?
Yeah, what do you say a friend give you this?
Yeah, my friend in North Carolina. Is that where he's from?
they're
Durham.
not,
Durham,
they're
Raleigh.
not imported in Japan.
No. He brought him over with him, and he's actually starting to make his own bitters as well, if I recall.
These bitters are pretty good.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, they've got a whole range of them. He's like, oh, let me know whatever you want. I was like, I want a lot of this.
Yeah. Smoked orange. Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, the cacao note is there, it's not there. But it helps. It's good. It totally matches.
It does. It goes very well together. So, and that's the thing. You know, when I never really liked cocktails until a few years ago. They were always just, you know, like a martini was like, oh, who would drink this? Why? But then when you have good cocktails,
Yeah, that's.
you know, not at just a normal bar. You had to go to a nice where they make cocktails. Then you go, well, this is amazing. I want this. And so that really helped me with making our gin because I wanted that balance. Because, you know, a normal gin, I mean, you know, your cheap gins are just nothing but juniper. It's like drinking a Christmas tree.
Drinking a good
It really is. You're like, oh, okay, you know, and nobody likes that.
No.
And they make it that way because it's very cheap and they can make a lot of it, but also because all the cocktails became so strong in flavor, you could never taste the gin. So they kept making it stronger flavored. If you think about a gin and tonic is super sweet and super bitter. So it shouldn't be called a gin and tonic, it should be called a tonic with gin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where the gin sonic is great
Yeah, it's
because
good,
it
yeah.
lowers
It's
those.
overpowering.
Exactly.
A lot of times.
But most cocktails tend to be that way if people don't know how to make them.
Yeah.
You know, so like your normal martini, the 2-to-1 ratio, that's really terrible in my mind. Unless you have a very good vermouth and a very good gin, then it's lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's got to be dry. And that works. Then it's like, wow, I never knew this. You know, and people that go like a vodka martini, that's ridiculous. So you just like
strong vermouth.
Yeah.
That's because vodka has no flavor, so it's just more alcohol in vermouth. Yeah. So that's my opinion, at least. If we're still on video.
Well, I did